Yo, yo, hello guys. I was eating some ice cream and then I saw the Netherim Drama. For those of you who don't know, Netherim is basically a I can't talk. A corpse husband trash main. And basically he's a role streamer. Has a really deep voice as well. And recently some women exposed him for being basically a piece of shit. He didn't do anything illegal, right? So let's get that straight. He's just a manipulative, sociopathic piece of shit that basically plays women. And they made this document in order to, I guess, prevent other women from being in the same situation as them. Because basically, from what I understand, what he did was basically he talked to a girl and told her, "Hey, I want you to be my wife. I love you." All that bullshit, and then proceeded to say the same shit to four other girls simultaneously. So yeah, the first girl is Ken Ways. I'm gonna assume it's a whatever username, right? We started talking a little bit after my birthday when I decided to be more active on the stream and the server. I've been a member since 2022. At first we were talking normally, but after some one-on-one game nights from his donathon goals and auction games, started saying things like, "Yeah, you made my month, had picked up on something I said on stream, more flirty, explicit call, okay. Gragas W. Up to this point, I had donated over 1.2k. What the fuck, man? Okay. On his stream and gotten him a keyboard and the controller of his wishlist. We continue to interact and have calls like this explicit almost daily. He opened up about his family, trauma bonding, basically. For those of you who don't know what the fuck trauma bonding means, it's when you're overly open with a person, right? And because you are overly open, they feel comfortable to be open with you as well. And you kind of bond over, I don't know, having shitty childhoods, past relationship, but it's not a healthy way to bond with someone. He mentioned multiple times moving in together and talked in voice calls about the future together, yeah. Wait. We spent nights talking or falling asleep on calls. We shared things about each other. It felt genuine. While he told me not to get attached as he's not ready for a relationship. But this is the thing, like, I saw the Druts and Rats video as well. And while he mentions that she's not ready for a relationship with almost every girl he talks to, his behavior is completely opposite. Like, he tells them, shit, I love you, and that you mean a lot to me, and that I'm here for you, and that yada, yada, yada. And this would be less severe if there wasn't this streamer viewer variable here, right? Because, like, there's always an abuse of power, because a viewer will always, not always, but every streamer has like a portion of his viewers that are genuinely obsessed with him. And a lot of girls and boys for that matter, but mostly girls, were thirsting over Netherim because of his voice and all that, right? So he had a very big plus of power in that in these parasocial relationships, and he abused that to basically get sex. So that's what he's being blamed for. But from what I know, right, all the girls were legal, right? They were over 18, all that stuff. He kept saying how badly he wanted to meet, but couldn't because of visa issues. I don't know if this is bullshit or not. He mentioned multiple times moving in together and talked in voice calls about the future together. One day we were on call. There's like another thing here. Individuals talking about the future together automatically require commitment and monogamy. So not wanted the casual dating experience. They were not. I mean, I agree. At the same time, you know, it's like there are people who like live together and they're not monogamous or whatever, I guess. Even though it's a really small portion. And we decided we really wanted to meet. He told me where he lived in. Okay. He offered to split the cost of accommodation since it was a bit expensive for me. Okay, I got my passport in a week. Okay, so found a cheap one to the airport. You said one-way different airline. Damn, this pistachio ice cream do be hitting the looks. Hey, here's what we do. Pick whichever works for you in terms of flight, airport. Then look for accommodation you think is really nice and we split the cost. I mean, this is nice, but considering this girl donated like what, almost $2,000 to his stream, this is nothing, right? Okay, excited. Oh yeah, just boarded. Okay, so those are just normal messages. He sent me a pic of himself to see what he looks like, stating that I was the first one to see him online in like a good year. My flight was the next morning. We spent every day and night of my trip together. Okay. Arrived, where do I go? Really wish I could be there in the core and just being in the same space with you. I think this is one of the few girls that didn't like blur her messages from what I saw. Because like most girls blur their messages. It was a bit more explicit stuff. I'll show you what I mean in a second. That's torture. Wouldn't be able to look at you without immediately feeling like making love to you or wanting to kiss you. Okay, Netherim. This guy is really horny. I would dare say maybe even hornier than me. Okay, is this a new girl? Oh no, it's the same one. Okay, I booked my second visit after we talked about how desperately wanted to meet again. Up to this point, he continued to share and open more about his personal stuff. We exchanged some explicit content and continued with some wholesome moments too. Before my trip, he talked to me about his plans to take me to London for a day and show me around. He talked about how excited he was to explore together and try all the yummy food. He continued to text me randomly saying he was thinking of me and that he couldn't wait to see me. Okay, August 15, I boarded my plane for the second time, arrived and met him again. Spent every day and night together exploring, trying food and visiting places. That's really nice actually. Held my hand all the time and kept me close. Since his birthday was soon, I decided to get him a birthday cake and surprise him. When he saw the cake, he stared at it for a bit, got emotional, hugged me, kissed me on the forehead and called me wife material. It gave the opposite of not ready for a relationship or casual. I mean, yeah, I agree. Okay, what's next? Oh no, the trigger warning started. Oh no, I'm not gonna look there. I'll have to go home again later to work on more stuff plus meeting. Of course, if you're not busy, we going. Should I get dressed? Get dressed. Eat. Okay. Calm down, baby. On my way. Is it cold? I mean, I can't see here. What is this? I can't see. What the fuck? Good night, my darling. Chavis, and this is apparently the second girl, right? You're so precious. I want to kiss you so much. You're just as precious. I want to devour you, submerge you in kisses. I know how to swim, so I won't drown in your kisses. Instead, you'll drown in my eyes while I pin you down and stare deep into yours, and I'll kiss you until you... What? Oh, what the fuck is that even? Okay, you know, I'm a good swimmer too. Okay, I'll drown you in cum. Too sticky. This guy needs to be investigated. Not from a legal perspective, but who the fuck writes that, man? I never ever in my life wrote to a girl, I'll drown you in cum. Okay, so here he was playing at 2 tables already, probably even more, but yeah, this is what it's know of. The day of my departure, I apologize for crying, again at the train station. After he kissed me on my forehead, he gave me a tight hug. While I was on the train to the airport, he said, smooth, one stop and the gate week. Sorry for crying like that at the station, didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. You did not make me feel uncomfortable, I feel and understand you, I just didn't want you to miss your train. Me wanting you doesn't mean that I selfishly want you to miss your itinerary and suffer for it. We'll see each other again, as I love you, of course. Okay, so now with the first girl, this is after their second meeting together. He no longer wanted to spend time together or chill. Even when I offered my help and support during difficult times, all I got was if I wanted help I would ask. I never mentioned I wanted support. Okay, so basically they met a few times, they fucked, and now he moved on to the next factoid. And now she typed to him, been wondering since our talk yesterday. I know what we said has always been the case since the beginning. I was just wondering. You said you care about me your own way, of course. Has that changed? No, I always do care about you. Though my boundaries are set, you're someone I value. I don't have spent all the time I've spent with you otherwise. In these screenshots, Netherim is expressing wanting to put up distance between himself and Kinmi. Fuck. Within the span of his break, he was also actively messaging HIV Sin to meet up. I should marry you one day, my cute little baby. I thought we were already married. Good night. When do you want to meet up? Okay, so he needed time or whatever, but he was flirting with the other chick. And now he randomly messaged this. Do you still think of when I play with you? It's okay if not. No. Damn, she's mad. And explicably so, right? Understandably so. Netherim reached out to Kenway. How the fuck did I read that, man? Kinway, okay. Kinway in a suggestive manner, still after they had taken time to put space between them. Between late August from previous screenshot and late October from the following screenshot. I'm glad that my absence has provided you with time that made you realize the painful nature of our previous arrangements. What the fuck is all this stuff, man? Okay. And I agree with you taking steps to correct. I appreciate you more than you know and enjoy talking to you regardless of sex or affection, as you are a beautiful human being to my eyes. Hence, your support and presence will always be welcome. I understand that we have different definitions of casual. How the fuck do you call somebody casual, then tell them you love them and you want to marry them? What the fuck, bro? We have different definitions of casual bonds and such. Misunderstandings are natural. It's good to see them corrected. Regardless of that and the normal bond that you are free to keep with me, I'm also open to you engaging with me in a sexual, casual way too, as I'd be open to you for that. I'm not one that does that without an emotional connection usually, but I'm down to explore. What do you mean you want casual stuff, but at the same time you want an emotional connection? What the fuck is wrong with you, bro? It's completely fine and understandable if you are not. Take care and enjoy your distance. Okay. Thank you for taking the time. This is the girl. I understand as much as I want to have you in my life in a more intimate way. I can't just do sexual casual without an emotional connection. I'm not like that person. I'm sorry. My feelings remain the same, but I can't do it like that. Okay, so basically here they say that Netherim is trying to move Kinway away from wanting to completely commit to their relationship by saying that the time they took off was good for the painful nature of our previous arrangement. Even after Kinway had stated, I just can't do sexual casual without an emotional connection. The reason why he wanted to paint it as everything is casual is because he plays things off from the beginning to see a natural romantic growth into something deep and meaningful. And when things progress to becoming serious, physical and intimate, because he needed time and space to spend with other girls without telling any of the girls, he would always try to find a reason to branch away from the girl, but keep her in arm's length. So he's using the everything is casual and it's his boundary, so he can try to convince the other person to be okay with it. And he needs his affirmation because he wants to justify his absences for when he chooses to spend his time with other girls. I mean, yeah, basically this is all bullshit what he said here. It's all bullshit because he wanted an excuse to basically take a few steps back and have time to fuck other girls, basically. Okay, Kinway. We had a long conversation. I found out that to him all this ways casual, as he mentioned himself. He also mentioned that he's not the one who usually does anything without an emotional connection, but he was willing to try without it with me, even after I said I don't do anything without an emotional connection either. To this day, he still pops up to remind me that he claimed me and marked me as his what? He still shares explicit content even when I had stopped. That's a bit fucked up. I found out about his manipulation and how he constantly talked to other girls when a friend reached out to me to ask if I was involved, in which we all got together to share our experiences. Okay, do I want to read this, man? Do I want to read this? You'll be my slave, and I will spoil you with touch, but only if you are obedient, because I will destroy the fuck out of your little pussy regardless. Breeding will be daily. This is some 50 Shades of Grey type shit. But again, why is her response blurred, right? So here you are supposed to expect that he's basically harassing her with sexual propositions and messages like this, and she's basically not interested anymore, but at the same time she blurs her response. Why would she blur it unless she was into it, right? But again, I'm not trying to excuse Netherim for what he did. I'm just pointing out that there is, and I understand why they did it. They're probably ashamed of it. They feel used. I understand why they blurred it and why they are mad at him. But still, from an objective standpoint, they should have left the responses. Here, Netherim is dropping more breadcrumbs to try and keep Kenway interested. I will mark, claim, and own you forever. So I need you to come like a good girl for me today, and I'll make you. The fact that this shit works, man. Okay, the next girl. How many more are there? Oh, there are a lot. Okay. I started watching Twitch, la la la. Okay, la la la. Okay, League. They got closer. Probably she donated. They play games together, la la la. Okay, you must look pretty good while you get. Okay. He sent me a video of himself moaning and pleasing himself in his shorts unsolicited, which has since been deleted. The way you lay yourself, the way you look, your choice when it comes to color, clothing, or lingerie, I love every bit of you. Enjoy. Chai Exe has stopped working. You could have just sent me the audio, but thanks. Complaining. Just taking that for you. Well then. First time being sent something like that. Enjoyed it. He continues to love bomb me more over the month, saying he wants me and having a multitude of voice calls and sleeping on calls. So basically the same shit he did with the Kinway girl. I'm under the impression he's only interested in me. Good night, baby. Kiss, kiss, kiss. You have no idea how much I smile when I wake up to your messages or fall asleep to them. Make me truly happy more than you can see. I love it. I'm going to melt you so ungodly sweet and precious. I want to hold you. That's good. I want to spoil you with kisses. I want to spoil you in so many ways. EP Fox noises to soothe thine soul. Oh. That hurt a bit. I mean, you know what I mean? At least with this girl, she had like the balls to post her messages no matter how cringe they were, you know? I love you, 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 I love you. Bro, it could have not been that good. How's your night, my little baby? Okay, I should marry you one day, my cute little baby. Casual relationship, by the way. I thought we were already married. Good night. When do you want to meet up? Okay, so basically this comes the part where they meet up. He then has to meet up coincidentally within the same time frame that he and Kinway took their space after Kinway's second visit at the end of August. Slowly he starts sending messages less frequently, but still occasionally at times. Messaging less and less, breadcrumbing me, he'd send me emotionally charged messages sprinkled throughout the day of not texting at all. Good night, I love you. I want to marry you. Me too. I may go insane if I don't. I crave you. Badly. Bro, there's no way you buy this as a woman, right? Like, there's no way you fall for this shit. I can understand, you know, catching feelings and being manipulated and all that, but marrying, bro. Okay, he talked to Shavisin about meeting up for a future Japan trip just one day before, where he has also confessed to Ellie. Who the fuck is Ellie? I want to spend summertime with you or meet you in the spring. Can I zoom this in? Nah, fuck it. Have something in mind perhaps? Not entirely sure yet. Maybe a Japan trip in April. I always wanted to visit Japan. Could make it happen together. Okay, this is the third one. I did a girlfriend application. Solid application, breathtaking even. So I have a statement to make, Ellie. Elle. Make it. I need you. Badly. Lol. The feeling is mutual. Every sentiment you have expressed in your application is perfectly mutual. Okay, we are at the third girl. How many more? Okay, with the shy girl. Hi cutie, I've been good and bad. Oh no, it's his daily poetry again. Life flows up and down. I'm simply caught in it, doing my best to navigate. And whilst this has a melancholic undertone to it, I'm not particularly sad. I say that I'm just in the middle of a lot of change. I believe in you and you will get through this. The emotional way that a prisoner would feel after being in prison for 3 years, having to adapt to everything. Perhaps that's the most comparable thing I can think of. A bit of a drama queen, aren't we, Netherim? Would you like to talk more about it? Yes, wanna call in a bit then? Yes. Over time, he continuously breadcrumbs Chavisin, talking to her infrequently, but stating that he's so overwhelmed that he cannot express himself emotionally. Another tactic that he uses frequently. He will use his career as an excuse for being overwhelmed and constantly busy to validate the fact that he breadcrumbs and becomes inconsistent with expressing attraction over time. Okay, I found out about his involvement with multiple girls when Tease and Elle got me on a voice call to tell me what they had discovered. I asked them when was this, how long has this been going on, and once we started to realize the web that this man had created with multiple women were absolutely enraged. So basically they started talking and realized that he was playing all of them. Also, for all the retards that keep saying, oh my god, W, rizz, Chad. Imagine how it would have been if the roles were reversed. If Netherim was a woman. Everybody would be calling her a whore and a piece of shit and a gold digger. So yeah, this is not a behavior that should be praised or rewarded. This is completely disgusting from a moral standpoint. Like, don't get me wrong, if you're that type of guy, like, you wanna have bitches, right? You wanna have just casual stuff, just have sex with a bunch of women, that is fine. But what he's doing, right, emotionally manipulating them, you can just basically commit to a person, give them attention, nurture them, all that, be vulnerable, let them be vulnerable with you, and then tell them you don't want anything serious. Either you are like, okay, I don't want anything serious, I am going to see other women and I'm going to fuck other women. Unless you make that very clear in a relationship you have with someone, then it's not excusable, I'm sorry. L story, okay, the third woman. I met Netherim back in December, okay. First voice call was the most interesting conversation he had in a very long time, and that he already finds himself wanting to talk to me every day. Damn, I'm already sick of this. I thought he was cute. He told me his name relatively early as well, saying that he found a sense of comfort within me, that he never felt uneasy in my presence. Yeah, the classical scenario. Happy New Year to you, beautiful angel, blah, blah, blah. Best kind of person to be able to call a friend, one that motivates you and brightens up your day with their mere existence. Wait, I have to drag my brain. Weeks later, he would tell me more about other girls in the Patreon as we started to consider each other as good friends. Since the beginning, he had made it seem as the rest of his community were parasocial individuals who constantly demanded his time. I realized now that it was just a manipulation tactic to try and isolate me from the rest of the community. Basically what they're saying is that he invoked this streamer thing where like, hey, don't talk about our relationship or whatever because I'm a streamer and I would like to keep things private. So, but his main reason for doing that was because he didn't want other girls to find out about the other girls, right? Okay, the girlfriend application. Okay, we read that already, right? My usual catchphrase when I feel an overwhelming sort of happiness, attraction, or joy the most towards someone is "you're cute," and so you're cute. In the following screenshots, Netherim displays his romantic and sexual attraction for Ellie, reinforcing his deceitful exclusivity. Only girl I wanna be hooked up is with is you. But yes, you can call up your girls. I don't mind. How happy it makes me listening to you talk. You're so amazing to be around and not just to me. I especially love how you are my baby or my baby. You are so incredibly precious to me, Elle, my little baby. What? Elle, would love to see you dead. To see your dad one day. Bro, what the fuck? What the fuck? He even brought up the I wanna meet your parents thing. Oh no, oh no. This is just getting worse. I'm going eep. I've overworked myself a fair bit today. And Patreon people were getting a little too insane. Words will never be enough to explain how badly I want to pin you down and breed your little pussy until you're leaking with my cum. Marking you, pressing you firmly against the bed while devouring you. Have a lovely night. No, no, you cannot just say that and leave. Started a call that lasted 5 hours. We both know what happened. We all know. I don't want to read this. I don't want to read this, man. I don't want to read this. I think about you grabbing my cock like it's what you crave, like you're about to claim it and ride it until I fill you up, and it makes my entire body shiver. I cannot word how badly I need you this moment. My body is aching to the desire, the need to fill you up and slam my cock inside your sensitive little pussy while staring into your eyes and sinking my teeth into your neck. I want it to become difficult for you to go a single day without feeling me inside you. This some hentai scenario type shit. Remember, your begging, your whisper brings me the cusp of insanity and almost makes me lose all control in the moment. Triggers are feeling in me that is completely indistinctive and primal. If you weren't wet before, you definitely are by now. I love you, my honey flower. Remember, this is the best I can do to you. Show me your nails when you're done. Okay. Okay. Small hint at the fact that he thought she was about to basically fondle her privates. As our relationship advanced, the talk about meeting up in person came around. Netherim told me to take off work in March, April to plan a trip together. He wanted to do a Korea Dono goal on stream and fund the trip, which also did not happen. I mean, there's nothing legally wrong with these messages, but okay. But again, we do not see her response, only that she liked it, like emoji, whatever. Did you let your boss know that the dates were tentative also? Just make sure before I forget. Yes, I blocked off those spots in my schedule already. But she said as long as I let her know a month in advance, I can change them accordingly. But she said she's happy it's further out because it gives them more time to fill in or hire another therapist for main kid work. For the main kid I work with. Also, when you started last night about coming in the US, you stated last night about coming in the US, does this mean you're already working on the visa thing? The thing, I think you said it takes like 6+ months or something like that to get approved. Currently, yes, I'm getting the documents. I'm not confident I'll even make it this year, given how long they make you wait if you're from a third world country. What the fuck is Netherim from? But at least if I start now, I'll be able to visit next year. This fell though, and as time went on, he started planning to go to Japan for a whole month in April instead. The following screenshot shows proof of him telling Ellie he wanted her with him on that trip instead, which also did not happen. I am at the delusion point of wanting to spontaneously book a trip to Japan for next week and disappear and go on the wildest adventure in the farthest mountains in the northest prefecture of the country, because only that isolation would bring me peace. I mean, that's real. But if you want, but I'd want you there with me. Actually, I'll think about that in bed now. Oh, I just haven't brought myself to think much about it due to how emotionally draining and difficult it is to process. Amidst both having to work even more as deadlines approach and also feeling, what the fuck, I can't read this shit, man. And also feeling beholden to what I feel for you. Can I zoom this in or something? Can't I zoom this shit in, man? I can't type. I just haven't brought myself, okay? This is undeniably, even if unintentionally. Nah, I give up on the Zoom shit. A recipe for agony and slow heartbreak. It is never your intent to put pressure on me, and yet I cannot help but feel it without it being your fault, of course. This is where I could go on to ramble about and recap all that we've previously discussed, and that would be pointless as the points we've made are unchanged. For instance, what I think it is that before we have even time to talk about it, then I know it would inevitably make me feel a million times worse than I do now. What should I do? I think we should pause the conversation here and talk when I get home on VC. Agreed, I'm home. This conversation consists of Netherim explaining to Annie that he should let go of his love for her because his trauma from his previous he did not want to stain, yeah, basically bullshit. Evidently this was a lie, so he simultaneously been talking to booties, the fourth girl. I'm tired, man. Near the end of March, we both came to a decision to distance ourselves from one another. Netherim expressed that I put pressure on him, even indirectly. Framed this as a way to protect our bond, showing that his emotional state and past experience required such measures. However, I now realize that this tactic was a means to maintain his involvement with other women without raising suspicion, likely due to booties confronting him about his relationship with me. I'm tired, man. I found out about his involvement with other girls when I confided in my close friend, Booties. I broke the rule that had held so close to all of these girls. Don't tell anyone since I'm a streamer. I like to keep my personal life private. I had a lapse in my judgment, a blessing in disguise, and decided to do it anyway, and I'm so glad I did it. If I hadn't said anything, who knows how long this would have been gone on for, or how many girls would have tried to drag into this. Don't ever be afraid to speak up if your intuition is telling you otherwise. Okay, I'm going to shit. Then I'm just gonna edit the video and come back. Okay, I'm Barak and ready. Okay, the following two screenshots are after the conversation where Netherim and Ellie decided to remain close friends. Elle stood her ground and respected the decision that was made. However, Netherim kept pushing for romantic interactions. During this by romantic they mean fucking sex. During this period of supposed space, Netherim continued to breadcrumb Ellie with emotionally charged messages, ensuring she remained interested and connected to him. I'd conjure up modes of happiness and infuse your heart with it if I could. Best I can do is a kiss, but you'd get horny from that. You can't do that no more, yeah. So basically this girl had a little bit better boundaries compared to the other ones. We can do that no more. Someone's projecting. You really hit me with that's a premium feature versus the DLC now for exclusive content. I'm kidding and not projecting. Lol, I am trying to respect the decision we made. Not saying that I don't like it when you say things like this. I indeed love it, but if I reciprocated, then what would be different? Okay, so this wraps it up, and now it's the fourth girl. Okay, Okay, again, she was on his stream, la la la. They started playing together. Casual tactic. I'm level 26, you're gonna fall behind, you think? First to reach level cap wins, you're up to the challenge, sure, easy. Started to joke around in a flirtatious way, which I responded to the same way. Eventually, he went on and confessed by saying things like, What did you do to make me feel this way? I'm interested in you. He has also told me that I would make a good wife and he would like to marry me. The same thing. Everything was said in a call that lasted 7 hours, okay, between... my response to him was that I needed time to process everything. I thought about it and decided to give him a chance. One VC. Give him 10 minutes and I call you. Is that all right with you? Get over here. The thing about dangerous games, my love, is that I win every single time. I'm enthralled, sent something. Not just by you and your personality, but by how fucking gorgeous and attractive you are. During this same night that he had declared his feeling for booties, he was continuing to talk sexually to Ellie. Interesting. I go, Nini, bro, how many ways does this man have to say that he's going to fucking bed? How many? But I snatch you for wow when I wake up. Sleep well, I will be here for when you wake up. Check Snap for surprise. My Kinder surprise of the day. I'll see it once I finish with this. Trigger warning. Wanna milk me? Could give you control this time and let you have fun. Spoiling you a little. Oh, you'll be submissive to me. Nah, I cannot. It feels like I'm reading a Wattpad story. He set the expectation right off the bat by saying that he wouldn't be able to have a relationship, but towards the end of 2024, he was going to be less busy and give me the time I deserved. I agreed with this since I had no problem working something out with people, in this case a potential partner. He would talk and play games consistently, however as time passed it would take weeks for me to hear from him. Once he told me that although he was busy with work, he tried to talk to me once a week. I never pressured him for an answer, as I believed what he said. At this point, he knew that I valued honesty above all, and that I wasn't afraid to communicate with him if I noticed there was something wrong. He also promised me not to tell anyone due to him being a streamer. Yeah, casual tactic. Around the same time I was getting closer to Netherim, I was also getting closer to Elle. The friendships happened unexpectedly and we were surprised at how well we blended. We've been good friends and enjoy each other's company to the point of wanting to meet IRL at some point in the future. With this closeness, it was expected for her to want to talk about her problems, and eventually she spoke to me about a guy on the server, how she was having certain issues with them. She also told me that she couldn't talk about them since they made her promise to respect their privacy. I found her situation oddly familiar, so after thinking about it, I decided to reach out to Netherim and ask him about it. At this point I had mentioned Elle previously to him, simply because she knew personal information about him that I wasn't even aware of, and we talked about that. He concluded that they were getting close and they had a few personal talks with each other. However, he painted her as a friend he trusted and nothing more. He also concluded that she was talking about him to me because she needed someone to confine this information to and release some of the stress that could bring. As you can find all the screenshots of booties confronting Netherim here. When I showed him the screenshots of a conversation I had with Elle, he decided to call Elle and help her as a friend since, according to him, he knew of the person she was talking about. At the time, I wasn't aware of his disloyalty, so I wasn't aware that the person he was referring to was himself. So he was blatantly a liar here. After they finished talking, he called me and explained how he felt my hostility towards him through my message, and he felt triggered because of past relationships. He also said, what a fucking manipulator. He also said that he would have ended things with me then if I hadn't explained to him about my past. He made me feel as if communicating an understandable worry with evidence to back it up was me relapsing into insecurities I had surpassed. So yeah, typical gaslighting. After speaking for a while about the matter, we moved on and played some games afterwards. Her name was never brought up after that. My friendship with Ellie remained intact, and they'll stop bringing that guy up in our conversations. On Tuesday, Annie and I were in a voice call together, and our conversation got deviated when Elle started talking about the guy she previous months ago. And it was then she directly told me that he was Netherim. I didn't waste any time, and I told her that we were talking to the same guy for quite some time now. At first we didn't know there were more people involved in this situation. We slowly started realizing the many layers of this issue once we told everyone who we were friends with on the server. Netherim, trigger warning. I mean, the thought of making love to you is enough to send shivers down my body and get me incredibly hard. Honestly mild compared to what he said. compared to I want you to milk me. The fact that you can still get to me even through text. But yes, I want to devour you as much as you want to devour me. Yeah, I crave you deeply. L, I crave you. Uh-huh. Yeah. Another trigger warning. Amazing. Further instance of Netherim talking romantically and sexually to booties. I want to breed you raw, only raw, every morning and night while kissing you everywhere. Oh, my sweet lover, it seems like you are folding and I love to see it. My cute little baby girl. One thing you do not know about me, or maybe you do, is my capacity to not hold back on expressing what I'm feeling and experiencing without letting it take over me. I could be stroking my cock for hours or be craving you for days and use my desire to torment, tease, and torture you instead. It takes no more than a few sentences when I share my desire for you on call, for your little pussy to start aching for me, yes? What did I just read? What did I just read? Oh, cute baby. Mwah. I love you. Mwah, mwah. But you'll be receiving my medical bills soon because I'm on the floor and I require CPR. I love you. My eyes. What a terrible day to be literate. On April 4th, Netherim called Eri for about an hour. Immediately after, he got into a call with Booties. The time difference in Booties' screenshot follows right after. Booties in East time zone and L is in the CCT time zone. Therefore, the call with L lasted until about 10:50 p.m., in which he immediately messaged Booties to call at 10:55. Back to back, legit back to back. I would like to hang out after the stream. Yes, we'll need a bit though. Time frame, please. 15 minutes to 4 hours. Nah, legit, that's me. Legit, that's me. Hey, noise. I'll tell you when I get home so you can put me in your your schedule, coach you. Sure. Are you ready? Yes, let me go back to laptop. You there? 2 hours. And she thanked for the call. The following screenshots are a compilation of Booties reaching out to Netherim on multiple occasions to ask about his involvement with Ellie. Good morning, good afternoon, Carijo. Can I steal you for a few seconds? Do I have a question to ask you? Yes, what you want to ask me? Have you told Core Ellie anything about me? We got very close for the past weeks and she had told me many stuff related about you and the server. I just want to make sure where things are so I don't say the wrong things to her. Oh, I'll call in a bit. Okay. So there is this situation going on with Coralie that is really taking a toll on her for some weeks now. So one day she sent me a voice message after a call with someone and how she sounded left me heartbroken. She can't tell me anything about it because a promise was made, so I can't help it in any way and it's kind of killing me. I don't expect you to know, but she did mention that it was something related to the saver and her private life. I just wanted to know if you are involved in that or if you know anything about it. You're the only person I'll be reaching out because I trust you and feel like it will be a disrespect towards Coralie if I were to reach out to more people. I just wish to have a better insight so I can advise her better next time she feels the distress without revealing the fact that I went, I think she wanted to type revealing the fact that I went around and asked people, even if I only asked one person. And I trust her judgment, just wish I could help her more without saying the wrong things. Also, sorry to bother you with this. That's fine, I understand. Wanna visit in a bit, you can tell me about it and you can play some plunder, sure. Here Booties was aware that Netherim and Elle were close friends and she was trying to gain information about Elle's situation. Netherim assured Booties that he knew of the issue and that she trusted him and he said everything was okay. However, Booties reached out a third time on March because of a conversation she previously had with Elle that same day. My brain. The main and only reason this issue keeps rising up is because the last guy I got involved with did the same shit to me, and Nagala, this is reminding me of how I found out about things back then. Me and the girl were clueless until the other girl's action made it clear. I shouldn't be overthinking about it, so I'm gonna ask you only once and you're gonna answer with sincerity. Is she talking about you? Everything she mentioned points towards you somehow, which is why I need clarifications from your end. That's actually what I thought you were thinking last time you called me. Given the parallels, I assumed you'd come and ask me this, but no. Last time it reminded me of the past, but I genuinely didn't know if it was love related, so I just brushed it off. I trusted your answer then, and I will trust it now. That's okay. This must not be easy to unpack. What a piece of shit. If something is unclear, please do ask about it. I gladly answer you. Sorry if it appeared like I doubted you. I'm only hearing I lie side stories, so I truly don't know how things are from your end. I know you already gave me an answer, but I truly wish for your honesty. If you're talking to her for real, I still would have wanted for your honesty. Anything after that is workable. If you are talking to her right now, it's also something you can tell me about. Hi, something came out today, but you're free to leave. Yes, I am. Once you finish talking with her, you have to tell me what's going on without leaving any details. Sure, I'll call you when I'm done. The first screenshot Booties directly asked Netherim if the guy L was speaking of was him, which responded no, further proving his deceit. Netherim responds on the step to invalidate Booties and maintain control over the situation. Corey L. Corey, okay. Not the punch, honestly, I thought you'd have enough clues to guess it. Okay, bye, we're changing topic, personal names. Wait, is love related? So it is. What? No, stop. You like someone and it's not me? Stop. I'm basically saying the person I like also likes me back, so don't worry on that front. Okay, so, and this is Coriele versus, and who? Okay, but isn't that a good thing? Well, Covey, I don't know right now. I have a few options. I can keep guessing until I figure out myself. I only have one person in mind because of the can't tell you who. Oh, so this is Corey, Ele, and Booties, I think. Move on, but you dropped this much today. I'm biting my nails. Why were you in so much pain then? I'm gonna join kitchen soon. Give me a few minutes. Okay, but like I can't because I promised him I wouldn't. If I did, it would be breaking all the trust and everything we just built. And if it got out, even though I trust you immensely and know you wouldn't tell anyone, it would be over for me, and that would probably ruin everything. So I'm sorry. I basically edged you the whole time. I was reaching out for comfort, but in doing so I also put you in an awkward position. So for that, I'm sorry. I apologize. I understand you can guess to yourself. Yes, let's move on because of other things we cannot control. It's fine, baby. I understand. I'll move on from it, so don't worry. I got you. Love you. There's another one. I can't do more. Okay, we're just gonna wrap this here. Maybe we'll make a part 2, maybe not, but you got the main idea. He basically is just a master manipulator who just uses girls emotionally, gets them hooked, and then fucks them and gets bored of them, and then puts some bullshit excuse of how he's overwhelmed and he just needs some time while also banging other girls. So yeah, what he did is not legally, like, it's not anything PDF or whatever people were vehiculating when this appeared, but in my opinion, it's a disgusting behavior that should be frowned upon. That's all I have to say, because honestly, this was extremely... I mean, it was fun for the trolls, especially his horny messages were funny as fuck. But I'm honestly just exhausted. It's the typical fuckboy story.